Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Kieran.
Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. So on today's episode we're going to do a challenge for the first time because we're at a lake that has both pike and perch. We're going to see who can get one first. So today I'm fishing for perch. Kieran is going to fish for pike, and we're going to see who gets the first one and who gets the most.
Before you go any further in the video though, if you want a chance to enter the giveaway that we have on right now, before we get to the fishing, pause the video and in the comments type who you think is going to win the challenge today, and put hashtag giveaway next to it and you'll have a chance to win the giveaway.
Awesome. So let's get to it. I'm going to introduce the lake and then we're going to get on the water. On today's episode we are at Burnstick Lake. This is a new location for us. We are located about 180 kilometers northwest of Calgary, near the closest community of Sundre, I believe. And this is our first ES2 lake, or Eastern Slope Zone 2 lake. This lake is best known for pike and perch, and it's got a keep limit of 1 pike over 63 centimeters and 5 yellow perch. Bait is allowed, and we have come out here today to give it a try. There's a couple of different boat launches. The one we chose is near the summer community at Burnstick Lake, and so we are going to launch here just to in front of us. So let's get out on the water. All right, everybody, beautiful morning out here on Burnstick. There's quite a few boats out fishing today. There's the boat launch that we launched at out in the distance out of the Burnstick Summer Village. And there's Kieran just along the edge of this lily pad bank here fishing for pike. The challenge is on. Kieran is currently using, I believe, his Mako swim bait that looks like a perch because there are perch in here, so he's using that to try to attract the pike. And I am using worms on a modified walleye rig. I'm using a walleye rig with smaller hooks and using worms for bait. So I'm just going to sit here. My method is to drop down to the bottom, find some fish on the fish finder, which I've done, and basically go off the bottom a little bit, maybe 6 inches off the bottom, and occasionally jigs just like that with my kayak. All I got to do is tilt to one side. So that's my method. Kieran's casting, and we'll see who picks up the first fish. There's definitely quite a few fish in here. They're picked up quite a few on the Garmin. Nothing right at the moment, but definitely as we were paddling over here. And we did see one boat, actually the one here just off in the distance. They brought in a pike as we were pulling up, so we'll see how it goes. This guy's just caught a fish right in front of us here. Well, everyone, if you haven't been here before, Burnstick is a very beautiful lake. Very different than what we're used to. As you can see, it's surrounded by evergreens right to the shoreline. And we've got the foothills and the mountains off in the distance. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little bit smoky today, so the mountains aren't showing up as well as the foothills. It is a beautiful day, as you can see, pretty much dead calm out here, so that helps as well. A little bit on gear for those of you wondering about my rods. So I did have to do some rod replacements. For those of you that watched the episode at Crawling Valley, I busted my ultralight. And what you don't know is that I've actually busted a number of rods since we started angling spiders. I broke one last year at Eleanor. We didn't show it. It was a lot colder on that trip, and it was first thing in the morning, and I think the graphite was pretty cold, and it just snapped when I caught a pike. So that one needed to be replaced. Also busted one in transit in our van. Busted the tip off. It got stepped on. So I needed a few rods, and I decided to use what Kieran's been using since the start, which has been working pretty good for him, and that's an ugly stick. So I went to a couple of ugly sticks. The one that you see in front here is a 5-foot ultralight. I like it because it's short and it's easy to fish just off the side of the boat for things like jigging. And then I also bought another one that's clipped on the back here with a lanyard, and that's the 6-foot light action ugly stick, which I will use for trolling and casting. And they're very flexible. That's the one thing I noticed about them. I don't know, it has something to do with this end piece on here, this transparent end piece, fiberglass. But they're very, very flexible, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like to catch a fish. And I'm looking forward to doing that hopefully soon. So, got everything replaced and we're back at it. All right, everybody. There is the winner of the challenge. Kieran, after about 15 minutes here, just picked up his first fish. And we're pretty sure it's a pike, but I'm just gonna go over here and check it out. So what do you got?
A northern pike.
Look at you go. So I guess you win. At least the first one. Now we got to see how many more you can catch before the 3 hours is up.
Yeah.
Good job. Just a second, I'll come over there a little bit so you can do a release. Okay, you ready to do a release?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Go for it.
Great.
Good job. Okay, everyone. One thing we get asked a lot about is shore fishing opportunities at some of these lakes. And we just decided to take a break here and try to get out for a few minutes. And hopefully what you can see is how challenging the shoreline is to get out on. The forest basically comes right up to the edge and then dips straight down here. So finding a place to land is actually pretty difficult. So what I'm looking for here is just these areas where there's cattails and hoping that that extends out a little bit further so that I can jump out. Otherwise, we might have to get creative.
Hey guys, Kieran here. We are just over 2 hours into our little competition here. Still only one fish, but we're certainly going to keep trying. I just want to take this moment to thank all of our new subscribers. We really appreciate all of you who hit that subscribe button. Not only that, but I want to thank everyone who's left a comment in the past. We have a lot of fun reading our comments, and we like seeing some feedback and some questions. So if you do have a comment, make sure you leave that down below. We like seeing that we've built a sense of community around our channel. So yeah, make sure to do that. Let's keep fishing. So just a little bit of an angling spiders tip here for you. It is a pretty calm day out here, but there are quite a few motorized boats. Now, in a kayaking perspective, that's not the greatest thing. I'm sure we've said this before, but motorized boats do cause quite a few waves. If you are prone to motion sickness as I am, this could cause quite a bit of an issue. So if you are planning on coming out in kayaks, I would recommend either finding a lake that doesn't allow motorized boats or taking a motion sickness medication before coming out if you're affected by that sort of thing. Something that might surprise some of you is that on the lakes that we usually fish at, lily pads are quite an uncommon sight. So we were pretty surprised to find that when we got here there was large patches of lily pads covering a good portion of the lake. Just thought I'd point it out. It might be an everyday sight for some of you guys. It might be interesting for most of you, but just a change of scenery for us, and a welcome one to be sure. So we are fast approaching the end of our 3-hour challenge here. No more fish. So it looks like I have won today's challenge. Unfortunate. I wish we could have caught a few more fish, but it is what it is. Go me.
Well, everyone, it has been slow. We're in the afternoon. Kieran won the challenge. I fished for perch for about, I'd say 3 hours, and nothing. Found what I think were a couple of schools, and even switched to some plastics away from the live worms. Still couldn't hook them up. There's a nice fish. So I'm switching over to Pike now and trolling, but it's been slow. We've been doing this for a while too, and oh, there, I might have just got one. Oh, I think he got off. Had a bite while I was talking. Lost him. Well, everybody, it is only 3 o'clock, but we are gonna call it. As you can see, it isn't quite as tranquil as it was before. The wind has come up, clouds have moved in, and it doesn't look that windy, but it's pretty windy right at the moment. So we're gonna troll back in and call it a day. Oh, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Bana, bana. I'm in a lake and I'm surrounded by lily pads and I'm singing. I'm in a kayak and I'm singing. GoPro, stop recording.